Welcome back to the Anfield Exchange, and Liverpool make it 5 out of 5 and top the Premier League table. And listen, I didn't watch the whole game yesterday. I was playing football myself. I play on Saturdays, so I managed to catch the first half, which I saw the 2 goals from Liverpool, which were fantastic. I thought the first half they played brilliant. I thought they were in control of the game. They created plenty of openings, and there was a lot of spaces to play into. Second half, Everton sort of rectified them spaces. We'll get into that in this video, but it was a much tougher second half. But look, Liverpool went on, we got the victory, we've got 100% record this season, and it's a fantastic time to be a Liverpool fan. In terms of the game itself, I think it was always going to be a little bit of a struggle. 3 games in 7 days, Champions League as well. I know it was at Anfield, but Atletico Madrid are a very organised team, and it was a tough game, and it probably takes a lot out of the players playing midweek. But we did well first half, like I say, brilliant performance, and then you could just see the fatigue and the tiredness kicking in the second half, which made it a little bit more difficult in that second half. In terms of the game itself, I just want to touch on where I think the game was won, to be honest. So I think it was done in the first half, and I think there's a reason David Moyes has not won a game at Anfield in his managerial career, which, by the way, is an unbelievable stat. He's managed plenty of teams and plenty of times at Anfield, and he's never managed to overcome Liverpool. But I think the game was won in the first half purely because I think there was too much space between behind the Everton midfield and in front of the Everton defence. I've said this in every video I've made so far, every preview video, where I think this game is perfect for Florian Wirtz. It's ironic because he was on the bench yesterday he was on the bench, and I actually think the way the first half went, it was ideal for Florian Wirtz. He just didn't get to play in that environment. But yeah, there was too much space in behind the defence. I saw Szoboszlai was exploiting it, Gravenberch was exploiting it, even Kirk at one point was exploiting it. He made a run from left back, and I saw him. He made a run from left back, and he's come inside and just got into where the space was, and he's playing in that cam position, and he's played a nice pass out to Gakpo, I think it was. But yeah, there was a lot of space for Liverpool to play into, which played into Liverpool's hands, really. Everton did rectify that after half-time, and they were more compact, they were closer together, which closed out them spaces and meant Liverpool, along with the fatigue, struggled a little bit more in the second half. And obviously Everton got the goal, lovely finish from Idrissa Gueye. Alisson had no chance. But yeah, it's one of them. We've seen the game through, we've got the result, we got the 3 points, and we're still sitting top of the table, and it's fantastic. I do want to talk about the goals as well. I think Gravenberch's goal, I mean, anybody that's played football understands how tough of a finish that is. 1, to get his foot as high as he did. 2, to have the control over the finish. And 3, to just keep the ball moving on its way into the far corner. Unbelievable goal. I thought it was a fantastic ball through from Mo Salah. We know he's capable of that, and it was good to see him getting more into the game as well, following that good performance against Atletico Madrid after what's probably been a slow start for Mo Salah, and I imagine he's frustrated with it as well. But I do think that first goal came from the way they were tactically set up, Everton, where there was that amount of space in behind the Everton midfield. That first goal did come from there, and that ball over the top allowed Gravenberch to make that run and confuse the defence, because Tarkowski didn't know if he was picking him up, he didn't know if Michael Keane was picking him up, so he had the space to run into it, and it worked perfectly. And as well, the second goal as well, Hugo Ekitike, I just want to say what a fantastic start to his Liverpool career he's had. It can't be easy. I do feel a little bit sorry for him with the signing of Alexander Isak. Look, when an opportunity comes along to sign a player of Isak's quality, you've got to take it. And I do sort of feel for Ekitike. I don't want to see him pushed out on the left like a lot of people are saying it might happen. I want to see him in that attacking role, but I also want to see them both getting game time. But yeah, that ball through from Ryan Gravenberch as well. And I'll tell you what, when you're under pressure like Ekitike was, I think it was Tarkowski that was on him, and you're under that pressure, the touch that Ekitike took, the control of that touch to just shift it a yard to allow him to get a shot on goal. If that touch was any heavier, Tarkowski gets a ball. If it got stuck in his feet, Tarkowski gets a ball. That touch was perfect, which allowed him to get the goal for Liverpool. So another fantastic goal for Hugo Ekitike. I thought he impressed as well. What I will say is I think they rectified that issue in the second half to Everton, and that's, like I say, with the fatigue, why we struggled a little bit more in the second half. But look, key players, Ryan Gravenberch, I say it every week, Ryan Gravenberch is quickly becoming the best player in Liverpool's team. It's unbelievable where you look where Gravenberch was 2 years ago under Arne Slot, and initially Arne Slot wanted Zubimendi to play in that number 6 role, and Gravenberch, you just didn't know where he was getting into the team. Now he's the first name on the team sheet. The way he plays football, the way he creates space for him, he drops a shoulder and he turns a man, and he's got 30 yards of space. He creates it for himself. He is vital to the way Liverpool play, and I thought he was, again, fantastic. 3 games in a week for him, and yeah, I thought he was absolutely brilliant in all 3 of them games. Every game he's played this season, to be honest, Ryan Gravenberch, for me, has been our best player this season. Mo Salah as well, I touched upon it earlier. I think it's fantastic to see Mo Salah getting back into the groove of things. We all know he's had a little bit of a slow start this season. I say a slow start, I think he's got 2 goals, 2 assists in 5 games, so the stats look good, but his performances haven't quite been up to the level of Mo Salah's standard levels. But again, I thought he was brilliant yesterday off the back of that good performance against Atletico Madrid in midweek. But for me, Milos Kerkez was, you got to have a conversation about Milos Kerkez. I thought he was brilliant yesterday. His first Merseyside Derby. I actually think Arne Slot played this one well by dropping him midweek to bring Andy Robertson in. I think Kerkez probably came in early on in the season, went straight into the team, and he could have been forgiven for thinking, right, this is my spot now. I'm the first choice left back, and maybe that had an impact on performances. Maybe it was because it was just fresh and he needs time to settle. But I think the fact that Andy Robertson came on against Burnley and did so well, and then played well midweek against Atletico Madrid, I think Arne Slot's created a competitive environment where, right, Milos, if you want to play, you need to perform, because your performances haven't been it so far. And Andy Robertson's come in and carried on where he left off last season, probably better than last season, and ignore that, which has upped Milos Kerkez's game. Hopefully we can see an improvement in Kerkez now going forward, now that he knows that it's not going to be guaranteed first team football for him. And I think he did well there, and obviously Kerkez played well. I think Arne Slot did well to create that and to get that into Kerkez's head, and I think that probably attributed to the good performance from Kerkez against Everton. It's also good because today our title rivals play each other. Arsenal take on Man City. Now, I'm still unsure who our title rivals are. I think it's going to be Arsenal and Man City. I think Arsenal are probably the better team in general, but I also worry about Man City because I do think that they have the capabilities to go 10, 15 games unbeaten and put that sort of pressure on Liverpool. So I'm sort of sitting on the fence today with who I want to win. I think if I want any team to win, I think it's Man City, but I think a draw would probably be the best result for both of us. What we just, for Liverpool, and what we need to do, we want to try and open that gap up as early as possible and maintain that gap, put the pressure on our rivals to have to go out and win to try and catch us, and then when they slip up, capitalise. Very much like we did last season, we had that gap and we ensured that Arsenal didn't get anywhere near us last season. So I think much of the same. I think it might be a little bit more difficult this season with the way we're playing, with the way we're conceding goals. I'm hoping that's something that Arne Slot can sort of solidify and maybe stop conceding goals. But again, time will tell. As long as we score more goals than the opponent, it doesn't really matter. What I will say is Liverpool's still not at the best, but we are seeing signs of improvement. We saw, for me, the game against Atletico Madrid midweek was the first time that I saw a team that looked like they were playing together as a team. It looked a little bit disjointed before that, but the Atletico Madrid game, there were some transitions that was just, you're watching it thinking, wow, what am I watching? So some of the moments that Liverpool had in that game were fantastic. I thought some of the moments in this game were fantastic, and I think that's where we're at the minute. We're not there as a team completely. The signs are there that it's getting better, and Liverpool were playing in the moments and somehow managing to get the goals when we need them, but there is going to be improvement coming. What we'll say is coming up, we got the cup game against Southampton midweek. I think it's a great opportunity for Arne Slot to rest some players as well. So if we're looking at the likes of Mo Salah, Cody Gakpo, I think they could do with a rest. Probably you could rest Ryan Gravenberch, maybe give Endo a run out, something like that. Just because at the weekend we've got Palace away, that's going to be a tough game. That's going to be hard on the legs, and you want these guys to be fresh for that sort of game to see if we can get another win under the belts, another 3 points on the board. So yeah, for me, Southampton midweek. Look, the Carabao Cup isn't our batch this season, is it? We're not. If we win it, if we lose it, yes, it would be nice to win. But if we go out against Southampton, we go out against Southampton. We got bigger fish to fry this year. That being said, our second string, I don't actually think we will go out against Southampton. What I will say, Isak and Wirtz started on the bench yesterday. I think this is a perfect game for Alexander Isak to get minutes in the leg and to improve on his fitness. I actually also think Wirtz will start in this game as well, just because he didn't start the game against Everton. And I think it's going to be less of a physical challenge. It's at Anfield. I think there'll be plenty of space, and I think Florian Wirtz, just to get his confidence up, could do with playing in this game. If you're looking at Rio next to him and Chiesa, I think that as a front four is fantastic. Wirtz, Isak, Rio, Chiesa. I think we can actually rest some players without making wholesale changes as well. So Gravenberch would be one I'd be resting. Maybe get a look at the new lad Leone. Can he start this game? It'd be interesting to see. But yeah, I think the most important thing for Liverpool, just off the back of that second half against Everton, where you can see the fatigue is there, it's an opportunity to rest players. It's an opportunity to give other players the chance to perform. Curtis Jones, another one who's just come back from injury. I thought he was brilliant when he came on in the second half against Everton. It would be good to get him the minutes in there as well. Probably Frimpong, who's just come back from that potential hamstring injury, I think it was. So it'd be good to get him minutes as well. So there's plenty in there. Mohamed Ashford, another one. Yeah, but what can I say? It's a great time to be a Liverpool fan. We just seem to find a way to keep on winning. It just feels like we're going into these matches, and no matter what happens in the matches, I think we echo, as fans, the mentality of the players, where there's not a point where, like the game against Atletico Madrid when it's 2-2. Obviously, I didn't see the end to the Everton game, but the game against Atletico Madrid, I'm going into it, it's 2-2. Even in the 90th minute, you sat there and you're waiting for that last minute goal, because we've done it so many times this season already. You're waiting for that last minute goal. You expect it to come. I think we're in a position now where not only are we, Jurgen Klopp said turning doubters to believers, and he did that fantastically. We believe Liverpool are capable of winning. Under Arne Slot, it feels like we expect Liverpool to win. And I'm going into every game, it doesn't matter who we're playing, I'm going into every game expecting to win. It's a fantastic place to be. The players need to deal with that pressure, because it's a good pressure to have. But what a time to be a Liverpool fan. At this rate, it feels like we're going to win every trophy. Obviously, I know that's a big ask, but it just feels like we're going to win every game. Get in the comments, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the performance yesterday, who stood out for you, and I'll see you on the next one.